5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There's no going back.
What's up, North Little Rock? We're back into your classrooms this Friday, April 24th for the Weekly Wire. Get ready to be plugged into what's happening around campus. The Weekly Wire starts now. Thanks for joining us. I'm Sydney Thompson. Today's Weekly Wire will be a little different this week. Earlier this week, the NLRTV crew went to Rogers, Arkansas to compete in OSPA, which is a TV broadcast competition. We're going to show the show with one of our best news submissions, Dogtown Hero.
Little Rock, south of the river, is home to politicians, businessmen, and one of the best skylines in the state. However, few people know about the city that lies north of the river that is the hometown to many heroes. Here you can find travelers, pharmacists, and hardworking people that don't stop when the clock does. This isn't just any town, it's Dogtown.
Heroes come in all shapes and sizes. We had the chance to talk to North Little Rock's police canine trainer, Mr. Chris Gardner. He was happy to share his experiences with the city's pod police force.
North Little Rock PD has 4 police dogs. They're all 4 Belgian Malinois, like you've seen in the video. One's a straight narcotics dog, works with undercover squad, so these dogs can ingest narcotics. We've had dogs do that, where they've ingested narcotics by accident. We haven't seen it, they found it before we did, and they've ingested it. So a lot of these narcotics, some of the real bad stuff, the methamphetamine, heroin, that type of stuff, can kill a dog really quickly.
As intimidating as these dogs may seem, other officers reassured us that these dogs are still loving pets.
We call it workability. They have a lot of drive that you wouldn't get with a lot of other dogs, but they're still a dog. They still live at home, they still love kids, they still love people, still very, very friendly. They just know when to turn it on and when to turn it off.
So Dr. Allen has armed us to a certain extent with different medicines we can give a dog if we can't get them to them quick enough. As far as Dr. Allen, he's in charge of those 4 dogs, their health.
For the past 30 years, Dr. Richard Allen has provided veterinarian needs to the police canine force voluntarily.
Yeah, we do it for free.
Dr. Allen took time out of his day to give us some information about his history and passion for helping his community.
We've been doing it for about a little over 30 years. We give them all their shots.
Dr. Allen has healed these dogs, even in the darkest of times, as he recalled in our conversation.
Had one about 10 years ago that a person that they were trying to apprehend had a gun, and they shot the dog, and it grazed, it went through its forehead, across, it missed the brain and came out the back of its, well, not the very back of its head, the side of its head, but the dog wasn't injured at all. It recovered without any problem.
Dr. Allen was recently given an award from the police department recognizing the countless hours and passion that he puts into his work.
His humble personality is just one characteristic that makes Dr. Allen an extraordinary citizen.
I don't think I'm myself as a hero. That's why I do it for these guys. I don't put my life in danger like those guys do. The police officers as well. They're the real heroes around here.
Dr. Richard Allen's commitment and passion for his city is radiant and rubs off on each person or pet that he encounters. Even in dog years, his attitude and spirit for giving back are timeless. That is what makes Dr. Richard Allen our Dogtown hero.
Thank you, Dr. Allen, for helping our NLRPD K9 unit. Rob Nelson and Braden Mitchell sent in and came back with an award-winning sports package. Let's check it out.
Electrifying action brought under the other Friday night lights, remarkable talent developed on and off the court, and 3 consecutive years of success, restoring pride in the team, the school, and the city. All of this after the hiring of head coach Johnny Rice. Rice was promoted to coach a Charging Wildcats team that hadn't won a state title in over 40 years. What made you want to coach here at North Little Rock?
Well, I'm a North Little Rock guy. I played back when I was in school. Graduated in 1986. We had 2 high schools, Northeast of Maine. I was a Northeast guy. I just dreamed. I knew when I was in the 7th, 8th grade that I wanted to be a coach. That's just a dream come true. And so I, just being a North Little Rock guy, I wanted to coach at home.
When did you first start working with Coach Rice?
I started working with Coach Rice. I believe it was Coach Alexander was still here. I think his mom got sick. Coach Rice gave me a call to come up and play Van Buren. I think that was the first game I worked with Coach Rice. We come out victorious against Van Buren.
Really?
Yeah.
How would you describe your relationship with Coach Rice on and off the court?
Well, on the court and off the court, he's been a great role model for all of us, and he's like a father figure to all of us.
Well, I mean, he's like a father figure to us off the court, especially when we're like in a hotel or something, hanging out, and he's being a good role model. Then on the court, he's basically like leading us. He's led us to 3 state championships, so he's a big time leader for us.
On and off the court, I'd say Coach Rice. He was a good leader, got us in the right direction, told us the kind of thing to do.
He's a very energetic guy, real down to earth. I never really worked with him before, but when I really got to know him, he's a real good guy, very down to earth, loves the boys, real passionate about what he does.
If you could use one word to describe Coach Rice, what would it be?
I would describe him as a mentor.
Passionate, because when he says he's going to do something, he's going to get it done, and he's going to do it the best he can.
Consistent, like every practice, every game, like every day is like he don't change his way of it, like looking at things and like going into the game. No matter who we play, we need to so he wants to play our hardest every game. He wants to practice our hardest every game. So whoever we face, we can have a good outcome.
And how have the team's dynamics changed since your first year coaching?
Well, I mean, if you want to rate teams on talent-wise, the 2013 team was probably the most talented one that we had. The thing about that team is any way you want to play, we could play. We could play fast, we could play slow, full court, half court. We played zone, we played man, you do anything, and we could play with you. And then this year, it was a little bit different in the fact that you don't have as many full-fledged stud basketball players as we've had those other ones. But the thing about this team is Kayvon is probably one of the best basketball players ever come through North Little Rock. He is the best one ever come through North Little Rock, but arguably it could be the best that's come through the state of Arkansas.
But all of that success did not come without controversy.
Is this real? Like, is this actually happening? I thought it was like fake or something.
I kind of feel like it was a smack in the face. Like, we wasn't expecting it.
On February 5th, 2015, news broke that the North Little Rock School District forfeited 24 wins from the previous season. This included the 2014 state championship.
We were all in the locker room, and they came in. You could tell they had something to tell us, but we didn't know what it was. And they said that the trophy had been taken away, and that we lost they took away all those wins that we had.
It took me a while, I was able to get over it because I'm still not over it.
Less than 24 hours later, the Charging Wildcats took on their conference rival, the Cabot Panthers. How did you keep your players focused with a winning mindset after learning about the forfeitures?
It took my wife to sit down and say, you don't have a month or 2 months left with these seniors. And you got some guy like Kayvon Allen or KJ Hill or Sam Duncan or any of our senior group that coaches coached for 40 years and don't get to coach players like that.
The emotional Wildcats struggled on both ends early in the game, finding themselves down by 10 at the end of the first half.
Kind of try to use it as a rally cry. That works for a little while. I get you a little bit early in the game, but that wears off pretty quick. You still got to play. And you still turning to everybody's rival, man. You just want to beat you.
Yes, it was hard to be back in the business. One thing that we did do was gather up as a team, stay focused, keep our composure, go out and play the next game, and that's what you do.
Hard to go into the next game and try to play as good as you can with that on your mind. You have all the outside people out there just bagging on you, all everything. So
Wildcats stormed out of the locker room, unfazed by the deficit, to lead a fourth quarter comeback and defeat the Panthers 68-61.
Nobody expected us to do it. They always expect us to fall apart like we had done in the past.
The Wildcats, through hardship, had reached their third consecutive state title game, facing ESPN's top 10 prospect Malik Monk and the Bentonville Tigers. Teams played in front of a sold-out crowd at Bank of the Ozarks Arena in Hot Springs, the biggest crowd in Wildcat history.
First time that they had to turn fans away at a game. Those expectations are you win it or it's been a disappointing season.
The Wildcats defeated Bentonville 66-59 after trailing by 7 in the fourth quarter, completing the unofficial three-peat.
So to win it with all those things in, this is a storybook ending. You couldn't write it any better than that. And I said they should make a movie about that. And I don't know who would play me. I don't care, but it's a storybook ending to the season.
Welcome to my house, baby. Take control now. We can't even slow down. We don't have to go a while.
Did this year's title hold more meaning, having last year's forfeited?
I would say yes. And in our first year special, just like we had done in 42 years. And the second last year was, like you say, expected. But then to do it this year, the way we did it, and overcoming the obstacles that we had, going to Northwest Arkansas and beating Springville Harbor on their home floor, and turn around and beating Fayetteville in the fashion that we did, being down 1 point with 20 seconds to go, they got the ball, and to win that one, and then to win the big matchup with Bentonville with, Terry Von Allen versus Malik Monk, in the biggest crowd ever to be at Hot Springs.
He's always calm, never really get too frustrated about the situation. He keeps his wits about it. And you see him out in the championship game, he run out there. Yeah, that's right. He's full of energy, but he never let the moment get too big.
And what's the most important lesson you've learned from Coach Rice, do you think?
To never give up.
To never give up.
The most important lesson that I learned from Coach Rice is that no matter what happened in life, always keep your head up and just keep pushing and just keep going.
Through adversity, Coach Rice maintained a positive mindset and brought up a team that will be remembered long after leaving the court. It's safe to say, the hiring of Johnny Rice was truly a winning proposition.
Great job, guys. All right, prom is finally here. Tyler Landrum went to talk to Mr. Rutherford about how we can all stay safe at prom.
We have. As a matter of fact, just a few minutes ago, we looked at the weather forecast for Friday. And of course, Grand March was scheduled to be outdoors, but because of the threat of severe weather and the possibility that we could get severe thunderstorms, we'll be in the East Auditorium beginning at 6 o'clock. It's kind of unfortunate, and the weather may be beautiful by that time of day, but with the risk of severe weather, we felt like we just need to err on the side of caution.
All right.
Well, obviously it comes back to what I met with the seniors just recently about is it's all about decisions that you make, and each one of you have choices and you have to make good decisions, and I'm hopeful that all of our seniors and everyone attending prom will make a good decision after prom and not get themselves into trouble or put themselves in harm's way. Everyone needs to come out of it, be safe, and those type of things. And so if you're not attending post-prom, you're going to miss a lot of fun and $50 at the end of the night and that stuff, so I would invite you still to consider that. And if you can't, be very careful.
Thank you, Mr. Rutherford, for the wonderful advice. Remember that prom is a very special occasion, so everyone please be smart and have a blast. And remember, Grand March is at the Lakewood Middle School Auditorium, and it starts at 6 p.m. Now let's go to Harrison with a recap of our hashtag.
Thanks, Sydney. Now, Wildcats, keep in mind that the hashtag for this week is NLR Prom. Be sure to post all your pictures from prom tonight, and you may be featured on next week's show. Sydney?
Thanks, Harrison. Well, that does it for this week. Be sure to tune in every Friday for the Weekly Wire. Until next time, stay charged up and plugged in.
Stay tuned for a promo of the upcoming choir concert.
concert this year. It's May the 12th. Jackson's Man in the Mirror. So you don't want to miss it. See you there.